Who touched my clothes?
Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou who touched me?
Master, I have suffered an issue of blood for 12 years. And I knew if I could just touch thy clothes, that I would be whole.
Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. Wilt thou be made whole?
Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me.
Rise. Take up thy bed and walk.
Master, who did sin? This man or his parents said he was born blind?
Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Go, wash in the pool of Siloam. Heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil. Son, thy sins be forgiven thee.
Why does this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only?
Why reason ye these things in your hearts? Whether is it easier to say to the sick of the palsy, thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, arise, and take up thy bed and walk? But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins, I say unto thee, arise, and take up thy bed, and go thy way into thine house.
Rabbi, I beseech thee. My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her. She may be healed. She shall live.
Take me to your home. Why make ye this ado and weep? She is not dead, but sleepeth. Leave this house. Talitha Kumai. Arise.
have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Hast thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, Holy One of God.
Hold thy peace and come out of him.
Have ye any that are sick among you? Bring them hither. Have ye any that are lame, or blind, or halt, or maimed, or leprous, or that are withered, or that are deaf, or that are afflicted in any manner? Bring them hither, and I will heal them. For I have compassion upon you. My bowels are filled with mercy.
As a doctor, I know the value of good therapy. So, dear friends, may I prescribe 2 activities to help us experience the healing power of gratitude.
Travis Wayne Goodsall. Checked the church news. Found that they had a church news from last night from the Kingdom of Lesotho in South Africa, because the South African presidency issued the following message. And so I guess I should have said first, yeah, I got the extra comment that somehow I didn't have. And so, yeah, the minutes from the meeting, lectures on faith. And so I went over it. I didn't see anything further to comment on, but thanks for the additional information. The news involves a tragic accident involving church members in the Kingdom of Lesotho. And so it doesn't say who's doing this. It's whoever works for the church news. It is with deep sorrow that we share news of a tragic accident involving a minibus carrying young women and local church leaders en route to a youth activity. Sounds like a young women's activity in the Kingdom of Lesotho. The vehicle was involved in a multi-vehicle collision, resulting in the loss of several lives and injuries to others. The African South Area Presidency issued the following message after the incident. Our hearts are heavy, and we are saddened by this tragic accident. We extend our love and heartfelt condolences to many families and friends who have been impacted by this tragedy. We mourn the lives of those who have passed, and we pray, thoughts and prayers, that we may all feel love, peace, and healing power of the Lord Jesus Christ during this difficult time. That's what triggered me. Carlos A. Godoy, Denelson Silva, Valengina Sikahema. Church leaders are actively ministering to the affected individuals and families, offering spiritual and emotional support. That also triggers me, as well as coordinating care for the injured. But the parents are responsible for paying for the hospital bills, which they won't be able to afford, and they'll have to give up their kids to adoption because it's Africa. We're grateful for the swift response of emergency services and the ongoing assistance from local authorities. The church is sitting on multi-trillions of dollars. They claim from their own statement, first presidency statement, that they're hoarding it to give it to Jesus whenever he decides to show. But the issue I wanted to talk about was not their abuse of tithing, even though that is one I have focused on greatly because that's how nations get destroyed. But it's about the healing power of Jesus. Do you see what they did here in the way it was worded? Now, granted, this was not the first presidency. This was not a member of the 12 apostles. And so Mormons can just let it slide. And should expect that none of those three will ever become an apostle because of this abomination. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, oh dear God. Mormons believe the Bible to be literal history, just like Christians. Mormons believe the Book of Mormon to be literal history, not like Christians. Christians believe the Book of Mormon is a fraud. But Mormons, I don't think you read anymore. I saw an unsigned in channel from a Mormon who's a guy, and he's wearing the white shirt and tie, talking to teenagers. What the bleep are you doing? And as I'm hovering over and seeing the script words, I'm getting more pissed with this predator. I need your help facing a giant, boys and girls. Do you want to help me? Like and subscribe so that the algorithms can be triggered. Modern day priestcraft. Using kids. Just pure evil. But Mormons used to read. Maybe not. Maybe it was just me. But you hear the stories as you sit in class looking at your cell phone at TikTok or whatever they're called videos. TikTok videos, which are now, are they? Tweets, Twitter. Yeah, TikTok is different than Twitter. TikTok is China. Nonetheless, everybody gets their news from TikTok. China wouldn't lie to us. They're our friend. And so you hear every New Testament for Sunday school, for seminary, for institute. You hear, if you don't read, you at least hear. During the Book of Mormon, when you get to 3rd Nephi, chapter 11, you hear that Jesus goes around physically, literal history, healing people. He doesn't go around telling people you're spiritually healed. Yay! I can't walk anymore, but I'm feeling good about it. No. People who are bedridden get up from the bed and walk. People who are dead come back to life. Women who are bleeding stop bleeding. The blind physically see, and the town goes, "This must be the work of the devil." And Jesus in the Book of Mormon, in the literal History Americas, shows them the wounds that were never healed in his hands and feet, and has the children come unto him, and then he has the sick and the afflicted come unto him, and he heals them. Literal healing is very obvious from reading. And yet, these teenage girls who have been wounded, some of them dead, and they're talking about the healing power of Jesus in a sense of spiritual. That the church is not going to help with the medical expenses. That the church isn't going to send medical doctors. Because I'm pretty sure Africa has trouble with medical doctors. Because usually the group of doctors that go worldwide, whatever that group is called, are required to often go to Africa. But spiritual and emotional support, bleep you. I don't know, maybe Lesotho is a filthy rich kingdom. Isn't that Coming to America, Welcome to America? What is that with Eddie Murphy? Coming to America, isn't it? Yeah, Coming to America. Which kingdom was he a part of? Plot. Zamunda. The wealthy African nation of Zamunda. Doesn't have a blue thing that I can click on to find out about it. Okay. Was formerly known as Basutoland, landlocked in South Africa, entirely surrounded by South Africa, the largest of only 3 sovereign enclaves in the world, the others being blah, 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 blah. It has a population of 2.311 million, just a million less than Utah. Its capital and largest city is Maseru. It was formed in 1842. Economy. The economy of Lesotho is based on agriculture, livestock, manufacturing, and mining. diamond mining, and depends on inflows of workers' remittances and receipts from the South African Customs Union. The majority of households subsist on farming. Farmer sector employment consists mainly of female workers. Those young women were the major employment. Oh, crap. So yeah, that is a big deal. No wonder they rushed to the scene. But yeah, wait a minute, there's more to this. Let's see, the former sector employment consists mainly of female workers in the apparel sector, male migrant labor, primarily miners in South Africa, for 3 to 9 months. Because otherwise you die of the poison gases. And employment by the government. Western lowlands form the main agricultural zone. Almost 50% of the population earn income through income crop cultivation or animal husbandry. Yeah, so there's still third world country primitives with the agricultural economy and mining of natural resources. Not sure what the mining is that they mine. Its employment in 2004 reached over 50,000, mostly female, marking the first time that manufacturing sector workers outnumbered government employees. So women dominate the population, it looks like. Water and diamonds. Yep. South African diamonds. And then the blood diamonds. South African diamond is illegal. Yeah, blood diamonds. Sale of unpolished diamonds is prohibited in the Diamonds Act of 1986. Conflict diamonds, that's the name I've been hearing. Global Witness was one of the first organizations to pick up on the link between diamonds and conflicts in Africa in its 1998 report entitled A Rough Trade. With the passing of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1173 in 1998, the United Nations identified the conflict diamond issue as a funding for war. The Fowler Report in 2000 detailed in depth how UNITA was financing its war activities. And in May 2000 led directly to the passing of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1295 and the diamond producing countries of South Africa meeting in Kimberley, South Africa to plan a method by which the trade in conflict diamonds could be halted and buyers of diamonds could be assured that their diamonds have not contributed to violence. So that's why the Mormon boys weren't in attendance. They were working on the mines, digging up conflict diamonds to fund war. This is the story the church does not want you to know. Dear God. Dear God. I guess I only knew about this because of R-rated movies. I'm an apostate, anti-Mormon, antichrist Korahor. Watching the sin of R-rated movies to learn all about this evil around the world, rather than being innocent as a lamb. Innocent as a lamb. So, yeah, there's a bigger story that the church doesn't want you to know. As leaders of the church, they should have already been aware of this. They should be aware that if their members are involved in criminal activities and war funding, that they should be stopped. And yet, but yeah, women make up the majority of the workforce, and they're involved in clothing manufacturing, sweatshops, just like in the Philippines for the church. Child sweatshops. So yeah, as much as the missing information is now faith promoting, so sad.